Welcome to Speed Talking with Fora, a weekly debrief that keeps you up to date on the latest trends in travel. Here's your host, Henley Vazquez.
Hi, everyone. I'm Henley. I'm the co-founder of Fora, a modern travel agency aimed at empowering anyone with a love of travel to build a business they love. Actually, before I get started, I want to address some feedback that I had, which is that I don't speak fast enough on speed talking. Now, if you've heard me in any of our trainings on the webinars here at Fora, I do actually talk so fast sometimes that people have a hard time understanding me, and I've been trying to slow that down. But I was told that here, I've gone too far. So I'm not holding back. I'm actually just going to talk like I normally do. So if you got to slow it down, so sorry. Evan told me to do it. Okay, this week we're talking about live forum, which is why I again have no voice, which we did this after Virtuoso Travel Week. I also had no voice then. I think I have a problem with losing my voice because I have a problem with talking too much. Live forum. What is live forum? Live forum is our conference that we do just for our advisors. We did our second one last week here in New York City. It was amazing. It was also a lot bigger than last year. So last year was our first year doing this. It was about 40 advisors, some partners that came in. It was great. This year, it was over 100 advisors. It was actually almost 60 partners. So we had more partners this year than we did advisors last year. And we did it at 9 Orchard on the Lower East Side. It was 3 days. It was a lot of fun. I also had no ability to speak at the end of it. So I'm going to recap now what I could not say by Friday night, which is it was amazing. And for those of you who weren't there, here's what happened. Okay, so we sold out, first of all, way too early. We put the tickets up earlier this year. We thought like, this is about the right number of people. And turns out we were wrong. Lots more people wanted to come. Stay tuned. We're going to take care of that for next time. But it was really great. People flew in from all over the place. We actually had 3 advisors coming in internationally. We had Portugal, Canada, and Mumbai. Our suppliers also flew in from all over the world. We really appreciate you guys putting in the time, literally the time, the hours on those planes to get here. Even our West Coast advisors were battling delays, cancellations, but they got here and we had a lot of fun. Now, it was 12 lucky advisors who are actually based here in New York City that didn't have to travel. Stay tuned because we're thinking a lot about where we could come and do this in other people's hometowns. I'm thinking West Coast, but I'm not saying anything yet. Now, how did it go? Day 1, we kicked off with our welcome reception, and then we actually divided everybody up into small group dinners. So our advisors actually got to go spend time one-on-one, well, not really one-on-one, but in small groups with hoteliers around the city. So having great dinners, getting to know each other, food, drinks, all of the fun stuff with an ability to network in a slightly smaller way. I got to go to the Four Seasons. I love the tomahawk steaks there. I also love the GM's dog. So that was pretty great. Way to start things. First full day came in and we had panels in the morning. I got to give a speech. I tried to slow down. I don't know if I did or not, but then we led a few different partner presentations. So I'll tell you a bit about our partners and who came in for those who weren't there. So Transformative Escapes, Six Senses, and The Ranch, which started in Malibu and now has expanded, talking about wellness, sustainability. Like, what does that look like right now? Because your typical person who's thinking about a wellness trip is not necessarily just going off to get facials and massages now. Moved into Finding Your North Star, which was really about culinary travel and sort of connecting with clients and destinations. Then building a new brand of luxury with Belmond. We love Belmond, obviously. So excited about the new opening at Maroma. But this was really also about their connection to LVMH. Like, what does it mean to have a brand that is connected across different levels of luxury with everything from fashion to hospitality? And then Evan got up there. We love when Evan gets up there with some of our partners and our advisors. So Juliet from Four Seasons, along with Mika and Amber, 2 of our advisors, to really talk about how they built their businesses and what they've learned along the way. What are some of the things that they had in their past before that built into a great advisor business? And finally, what I heard from some people was their favorite one with DMC's navigating a complex ecosystem. So we had Hisham from Experience Morocco, who you may have seen here on this podcast before, as well as Fulvio from Imago, flew all the way in from Italy. Thank you so much, to talk about his connections. Apparently you can have coffee with the Pope. Ask him. And then our favorite local, J-Mac, who is a sales rep who has a lot of DMCs that he worked with. So we talked a lot about the best ways to work with DMCs. I know this can be confusing, y'all. And then for those of you, sorry, I'll just translate the travel talk. DMC is Destination Management Company. So these are our on-sites, the people who are in the places that make the magic happen. That was the morning, followed by lunch, and then afternoon was partner tracks. If you are a travel advisor, you know about these tracks. This is where you essentially speed date suppliers They just bounce from one table to another, and they pitch you on everything great with their business so that you can learn about what clients to be sending to these places. We did this across 3 different rooms. It was a little bit wild. People were running between floors, running between rooms, losing their voice like I did, but a great way for our advisors to connect one-on-one with these partners because yes, it's great to watch panels. Yes, it's great to watch destination trainings or supplier trainings, but to actually sit there and be able to ask a specific question you have to a supplier, this is the way our partners and our advisors really get to build their businesses together. I think there's no replacement for it, and we are absolutely going to be doing more of this. This is what, by the way, happens at these big conferences. If you see pictures of advisors at conferences and it's like, oh my God, they're just going to like fabulous parties and fabulous places. That is this much of the time out there. Mostly what we're doing is sitting in these meetings, boom, 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 talk to lots of people, learn lots so that then when a client asks you a question, you always have a smart answer. Okay. Big party that night. I'm going to talk more about who hosted that later, but big thank you to them. Then moving on to the final day. Final day were panels led by Fora HQ. So we let the suppliers rest for a minute. We actually leaned in and talked about what our advisors wanted to learn from us. So I led a panel on my 5 biggest mistakes, not my 5 biggest mistakes in life, as I told everybody, but after a couple drinks, totally happy to share those too. Evan led on building your business. We had Diana, who y'all all know from our social media, leading on how to actually build your social media presence, what to do about that. And that was everything. I mean, when I say some people are beginners, like actually, what do I do with a story? How do I make a reel? Up to people who are very advanced, and Diana could help them with all of that. And that's why we think these partner trainings are really important. Brian talking about client relations, marketing with Kelly and Blair, creating content. Everything you can think of, we were talking about, and we did it for 13 sessions all day long, and then closed out with an intuitive from the ranch coming in to talk to us about meditation and like clairvoyance and all of those talents, which was a great way to end the day. This was a lot. Along with all of this, we actually had a few of our partners there too, leading some special panels. Thank you to Abercrombie and Kent, Standard Hotels, Belmont, and Hyatt Privé, really explaining how to best work with their brand. All in, it was incredible, and we're excited to do more. But I want to really highlight our partners here, the hotels in New York City who were there, who were hosting dinners, who were really making the magic happen. So first of all, 9 Orchard, if you have not been, this hotel is phenomenal. I love the Greenwich Hotel in here in Tribeca. I feel like 9 Orchard is the Greenwich of the Lower East Side. It's gorgeous. It's got so much local character. This is totally the spot to be staying over there, which we really needed a hotel like that to come into that neighborhood. Thank you for everything, 9 Orchard. It's so good that I actually, not just me, I think a bunch of people just didn't leave, just kind of went downstairs and had drinks and dinner afterwards. Standard East Village, this is the 2nd year that we have hosted our party with them. Their penthouse entertainment space is insane. There are not views like that really anywhere in New York City. 360 views of the city, super fun. Luckily, we had some good weather so we could be outside, but really huge thanks to them. I love the Standard brand in general, but I especially love that property, and thanks for being so great that we cannot stop coming back to you. Other hotels. Hotel Chelsea, stay tuned on that one. We actually have a special feature coming up on Halloween about the ghosts in the Hotel Chelsea. Greenwich Hotel, Four Seasons Downtown, Auberge Resorts, who did an amazing dinner at Casa Cruz, Aman New York, The Lowell, Crosby and Whitby, Roxy, and then Casa Cipriani. It was a wonderful time. I think everybody was really excited about it. The partners, the advisors, it was fun. But to me, and I can speak for really a lot of our team here, the craziest part was just the growth. I mean, 2 years ago, we were barely getting going. We had a new website that kind of worked, kind of didn't. And now we had all of you coming in and being a part of this. And we're so excited to expand it. Is it about the learning? Of course. Is it about being in these amazing places? Absolutely. But it's also about the community. I think there's no replacement anywhere. We can talk to each other like this all day long, but when you actually have people come together, sit together, talk to each other, we had people, advisors who are friends that talk to each other about their businesses and work together who had never actually met, and they got to come in to one space and do these 3 days together. I want more of that, so much more. Today, we've got actually part of our team up in Boston doing a site tour there, and we're going to continue to do more of these. If you are a Fora advisor and you want us to come to your town, let us know, because this is how we're thinking. I know that our partners are also excited to get out there and meet more of you. And I just want to see a great big community. I envision something like a festival where we all get to come together and have a lot of fun, and let's do it in more than just one spot. So I'm biased. Obviously, I think this is a great community, but these 3 days were amazing and we can't wait for more. That is my recap on live forum. I will get some feedback to see if I actually spoke faster or if I spoke more legibly. It's real split. Some people want me to do one, some the other. But thank you for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't travel too far before hitting follow and subscribe. Check in next week for the newest episode of Speed Talking with Fora and our take on what's currently happening in the wild world of travel.